There's only one Delaware Park, the greatest one. Delaware Park, tradition lives on, excitement second to none. There's only one Delaware.
Away and running to a nice level start. Outside pace pressure from Divine Promise and Providing, who's looking for three in a row, now strikes the front. And Kaya's Halo is right there too. Sweet Factor protects that rail position to share a second place position past the 5 furlong pole. Synergy's Electra with the money on is also right there close in tow. And Nana's Boopa's last of all. Down to the 4.5 they race, and Providing spearheads the field and leads by 3/4 of a length. Divine Promise is shadowing that leader every step of the way. Kaya's Halo's under a loose rainbow right there in a position to challenge. Even money on the tip of the nose that belongs to Synergy's Energy, who's coming under a stiff drive now. Sweet Factor has one beaten, and Nana's Boopa's trying to pass that rival. They come off the corner with a quarter to go. Providing still calling the shots. Synergy's Energy is on the far outside, starting to roll now. And now the advantage goes to Synergy's Electra at the top of the stretch. And she kicks away by a long neck. Kaya's Halo battling back with stiffening resolve. Divine Promise just at this one pace. There's 200 yards left. And the favorites rolling in the mud now. Synergy's Electra flees the scene. Kaya's Halo holding on to second. And at 21-1, Nana's Boopa runs into third. Synergy's Electra has won the season opener over Kaya's Halo, Nana's Boopa, and Divine Promise. And they're set. Away and running to a delightful start. Good pace pressure on the outside from a lot of Moxie today. Oso's right there in the thick of it early, and by the numbers is injecting more speed, and Shell's Girl tosses that blue cap into the ring too. Amelia Rate protects that inside position as this first time starter, and Tricky River now lands third, and last of all is Nay Slayer. They race down to the 4 furlong pole, and Shell's Girl calls the shots and leads by a long neck, but a lot of Moxie is right there with a pace in her hands in that second place position and takes the lead right there. Tricky River is wide but is right there in a position to challenge. By the numbers is coming under a drive. Oh so steep on the track. Nothing from the first time starter Amelia Rate, and Nay Slayer's past that one. The quarter pole looms for Tricky River on the outside, trying to put a gray nose in front. A lot of Moxie right there battling on with everything she has, and closing from out of the clouds is By the Numbers and Nay Slayer. They're wide but they swing in. A lot of Moxie continues to dig deep at 7-2. Tricky River right there, not going down without a fight. By the Numbers is slowly closing in. There's a 16th to go. A lot of Moxie is leg weary, and By the Numbers up and past. By the Numbers has won it to beat a lot of Moxie, Nay Slayer, and Tricky River. Away and running. A bit of a stumble for Russian Hammer today. Good speed from Wow Wish, who breaks right on cue. Jack Cloud is also right there chiming in, and Prince Fred came away a lonely third. Russian Hammer's in between rivals, and Pistol or Shotgun scrapes paint. Bad Henry is second last, and last of all is Toporicol. Down to the 4.5 furlong pole they go, and Wow Wish controls the clock today over the muddy going and shows the way by a length and a quarter. Hounded every step of the way by Jack Cloud in second, and there's quite a separation back to Pistol or Shotgun, who takes the trail up the rail. Russian Hammer's right there too. Bad Henry set alight and is closing with big strides now. Prince Fred has one beaten, and Toporicol starts to pick him off on the far outside. There's a quarter to go, and Wow Wish still leads, but Jack Cloud takes the baton away while the back markers are trying to close in. They're off the turn and they're homeward bound. Wow Wish battles back. Jack Cloud gives way. Pistol or Shotgun is closing in, and here comes Russian Hammer with that white cap. There's one more desperate furlong to go for Wow Wish. Pistol or Shotgun at odds of 5-2 surges past late. Toporicol runs into the exacta, but it's Pistol or Shotgun's run over Toporicol. Wow Wish and Prince Fred was fourth. Okay. Away and running. Good speed from Hurricane Bond today. Rail speed from the long sharp cheddar, and Wicked Kitten right there too. The gray now moves into a second place position. Lime Tree is a little wide going into the first turn, and impacting Sirdar was best worst idea. Passing that trouble is Pretty Coast, and last of all is Woke Up a Diva. So it's a well stretched out troubled field in the first opening furlong and a half, and it's Hurricane Bond with no excuses today as they pass the 6 furlong pole, and she leads the way by a length and a half. Wicked Kitten is right there on hold as they approach the 5 furlong pole, and Pretty Coast has had a wide trip but is a clear-cut third at the 5 furlong stick. Lime Tree came away pacing in fourth, and on the outside, Best Worst Ideas picked off one rival, which is Sharp Cheddar. Second to last is Sirdar, and Woke Up a Diva had trouble going around the first turn. Fourth furlongs out from the winning line, and Hurricane Bond continues to control things all her own way. The lead's expanded to 1 3/4 lengths. Wicked Kitten has all of her chips in the pot in that second place position. Now Lime Tree takes third away under Pretty Coast, who's not responding under whip encouragement, and Best Worst Ideas trying to pick off both of those rivals in a well stretched out field that gets ready to pass the quarter pole. Hurricane Bond in hand and in command, and has a comfortable lead over Wicked Kitten, who's a distant second. Best Worst Ideas very wide, and Lime Tree's in fourth. They're all over the map, but they come down to the final furlong, and Hurricane Bond is gone. If you back the two, go to the windows, you'll be the first in line. Hurricane Bond on cruise control as they approach the winning finish. Hurricane Bond has won it. Wicked Kitten was second. Flying late on the outside is Pretty Coast, but misses third, perhaps in a photo with Lime Tree. Away and running. Good speed today from Good Luck Chuck and Calvary Command. Those are the first two to break the line. And Miracle Silver is right there protecting the rail. Doing it the right way. Now heads third over Alvy, who's a tracking fifth. Second last is Walkaway Joe. And Polar Wind is last of all in the opening furlong. So Calvary Command's the leader, midpoint of the first of two left turns and shows the way a length and a half. And Good Luck Chuck is right there with tabs on that speed in second and getting closer to in a paceless race. And doing it the right way is floated four deep for the backstretch run. There's a gap of two back to Miracle Silver, who's all by himself in fourth. Walkaway Joe in the red cap is wide of the 5 furlong stick. Alvy is second last and still trailing as Polar Wind. There's been no twist to the plot past the 4.5. And Calvary Command still controls things, but that lead has dwindled to a flared nostril. Good Luck Chuck now takes the lead away, and doing it the right way is right there in the thick of it too. Walkaway Joe is emerging mid-pack to gain fourth. Alvy's a struggling fifth. Miracle Silver puts the cue in the rack, and Polar Wind tries to pass that rival. Inside the quarter pole they about to race, and doing it the right way is kicking for home, and Good Luck Chuck trying to stick with this rival. There's a big divide back to Walkaway Joe, and Alvy starting to hit its best stride. Turning for home, and now doing it the right way has opened up on the opposition and built up a 4-length lead. Good Luck Chuck is trying to hold second. Alvy's trying to take ground away. Walkaway Joe's out in the center of the track, but there's 100 yards left to go. And doing it the right way with the money on's gonna get it done. Doing it the right way scores the winning run. Walkaway Joe second, Alvy third, and Good Luck Chuck was fourth. Away and running. Great speed from the Keeneland invader, T. Perotti, who breaks fast. Notice Me Too is right there chiming in. And on the outside, a clear-cut third, I Think I Love You is right there in front-running frame. First Lady Rosalind came away in fourth position, and first to arrive is last of the 5. Down to the 4 furlong pole they go, and Notice Me Too controls the clock and leads by one tight length. I Think I Love You in the muck and the goo is right there in that second place position, and T. Perotti needs to dig deep and find more. First Lady Rosalind is also close in tow, and the one who's dropped away is the long shot first to arrive. 5/16 to go. I Think I Love You to the outside of Notice Me Too, and these two pass the quarter pole. Notice Me Too continues the lead. I Think I Love You continues the chase. T. Perotti's in deep water, and here comes a charge from First Lady Rosalind. Homeward bound now. Notice Me Too pushes coming to shove. First Lady Rosalind has all this momentum. T. Perotti's resurgent on the rail, but First Lady Rosalind strikes the front with yards to go, and First Lady Rosalind wins on debut to beat T. Perotti. I Think I Love You, and Notice Me Too was fourth. away and running. A good start for loose ends today, but Mr. Hustle's going to keep that one honest in the opening half furlong and inherits the lead. Mr. Hustle does. Loose ends came away in that second place position. Hey Chief broke a quarter of a length slow and out very wide as April Fool's Andy. 7 furlongs out from the winning post, and it's Mr. Hustle who gets to dictate his own terms today. It's a nice and relaxed lead, and the lead is a length and a quarter. Loose ends is a patiently ridden second at the 6 furlong point, and there's a huge separation of 5 lengths to a wide April Fool's Andy, and Hey Chief is patiently ridden but under a loose rein at the back of the pack. So Mr. Hustle controls things today and shows the way by a length and a half. Loose ends continues to shadow the speed in second, and with 4.5 furlongs to go, April Fool's Andy continues a very wide trip, and Hey Chief has yet to make the move and is not responding under the jockey's hands. 3.5 furlongs to go. Mr. Hustle continues to lead and now slowly slips away to 4 authoritative lengths. Loose ends get a prop of the crop in second. April Fool's Andy's in third. Hey Chief's in fourth. There's been no twist to the plot as soon as the starter said go, and Mr. Hustle's looking for the competition, and right now there's just none in sight with a quarter of a mile to go. Loose ends is desperately trying to hold on to second. April Fool's Andy continues to close in, and Hey Chief's been last throughout, but inside the 3/16 pole, Mr. Hustle still on top of the field. Loose ends is in second. April Fool's Andy's in third, and that's how they'll finish with a 16th of a mile to go. Mr. Hustle is in front. Six in, they're at the post. Away and running. Hopping in the air was Agent Kelly. Good reaction from the stalls from Infinite Series today. The heavy favorite Let It Rightness is right there shoved upon under the leading jockey's hands, and Rubidor came away also under the gun from that third place position. A gap of 6 back to Aurora Kuma, who has 2 beaten, which is Painted Thunder, and last of all was the hop at the start for Agent Kelly. So now the favorite lands the top. Let It Rightness is the speed today and shows the way by 2 in the Delaware Goo. Rubidor continues to scrape paint in a joint second position. Infinite Series tries to head that one past the 3. Painted Thunder starts to get on track. Aurora Kuma starting to unwind from the back as well. And Agent Kelly coming under ride and not responding. There's a quarter to go. Let It Rightness continues to control things by 5 authoritative lengths. Aurora Kuma's closing in from out of the crowd. And Painted Thunder's getting on track, but there's 3/16 to go. And Let It Rightness has built up a very cozy lead. Aurora Kuma is chasing in vain, and Painted Thunder switched off the fence, but inside the final 16th of a mile, Let It Rightness at 1-5 lived up to the hype. Let It Rightness has scored first over Aurora Kuma. Then came Painted Thunder and Infinite Series.